I've been running operations for 6 and 7 figure creator businesses for the past 6 years. From a 3D modeling channel with 250,000 subscribers and scaling it to 1 million revenue per year, to a 12-person team for a filmmaking business and a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. Also, through my operations agency, I've audited more than a dozen creator businesses. The thing is, every creator thinks their business is unique. Their brand and content are unique, but their business and operations all have the same problems. So I thought, why not rank every single red flag that I usually see in creator businesses and share my tips and tricks along the way. Let's dive in. So the first red flag I see in every single ops audit I do for 6 and 7 figure businesses is that the creators usually hire to patch a problem, not to actually build a team. With this problem, what happens is that most creators hire because something is on fire. They all of a sudden see that they're in too many sales calls. They all of a sudden see that they cannot handle creating content at the same time as running their team. They realize they need someone to handle all the automations in the back end of things. Or one of their teammates just quits on them out cold. And that's why they end up in a place where they're actually bleeding quite a bit of money. Hiring the wrong person in your business not only costs you money, it literally costs you a lot of time as well. Reactive hiring does not lead you to have less operational overhead. It only leads you to have more people to manage and more of your time wasted without getting leverage back. And that's why you don't have a headcount problem. You actually have a structural problem when you're hiring. Before you even think about a hire, you need to get crystal clear of what that role specifically is for. You need to get a job description. You need to figure out who does that person report to. You need to figure out the exact responsibilities that they have. And most importantly, you have to calculate and measure what is the result that you want from that specific function, not that person, from the function in your business. What sort of decisions can that function or that person make without you even being involved? Because if you're going to be involved in every single thing, then you're losing a lot of leverage and you might as well not hire that person. The fun part is that this is actually true regardless if you're hiring people or hiring agents for your business to do something automated. So getting crystal clear of who is that agent and what they're going to do is very important. To solve this problem, you can actually use my job profiles template where it actually defines the role, who does it report to, what is the offer, what is the specific results you expect in the first 6 months and beyond. I will give you this for free. You can just literally screenshot it right now or download it down below. If you use a template like this to define exactly what your role is and go through the interviews actually hiring A-level talent instead of just hiring a B-level talent and hoping they're going to become good in your business later on, then you could actually reduce the severity of this problem into a fixable issue. So I'm going to bring it down from B to C. That said, it's not that easy when it comes to the other two red flags. The second red flag is everything lives in someone's head. This is when you don't have a proper knowledge management system. The thing is, that's not a process. That's not knowledge that is written somewhere that an AI can read or a human can read and execute reliably again and again. That is just simply a single point of failure. I've literally seen a business where their whole refund process was that the customer had to DM someone in their community directly and ask for a refund. If the DM was unseen, if the DM was not answered on time, the customers were furious and then they were wondering why they don't have a positive word of mouth. This directly leads to your reputation and your business and the products that you're selling to your customers, and honestly leads to you bleeding a lot of money. And the problem with this is that as your team grows from 2 to 3 people to 8 to 10 people, this only problem is going to become bigger and bigger. And beyond that, you need to have something. You need to have SOPs, you need to have guidelines and resources, and you need to have a knowledge management system like the one that you see on the screen, where every single team member owns a specific document. All of it is templatized. And now with AI, especially for example with Notion AI, you can just give it your template documents and it can create these SOPs for you on the fly. Yes, it is boring. Yes, it takes a bit of time to create these things and have them maintained and updated over time, but especially in this day and age of AI, it is one of the most important things that you have to pay attention to. So even though this is fixable, I'm not going to bring it down to level C. We're going to leave it at B, because if you don't solve this, you will bleed a lot of money over time. Next one, and this is a big one in creator businesses, is that your team can't ship without you. To be honest, this is an A-level problem, meaning that if you don't know that if your team can deliver stuff without you being in the loop or not, means that honestly, you're cooked. It's also not a talent problem, it's a structural problem. If everything flows through you, then everything needs to wait on that production pipeline until you look at it. And even though you've hired a team and give them responsibilities and trust them, if you still need to micromanage and look at every single thing that comes out of the team, then you're losing a lot of leverage. You're creating a team of soldiers when you think you have hired a team of commanders. This is exactly when your team's output equals your availability. You're literally hiring a team, paying them money, but also giving them more of your time so that you can get leverage back. But in reality, you will never get that leverage back. This is a trade-off. When you hire somebody, you want to give them a bit of your time so that then you can get a lot of leverage back. So you don't have to do some parts of the things that you were supposed to do before. Especially if you were a solo founder at the start, you did a lot of these things yourself manually. But over time, you have to learn that you have to let go of control so that your team can actually do things without you, make decisions, and most importantly, ship things without you to your customers or to your prospects. And I've seen this in my audits again and again, where most creator businesses, they have really good people in the team, but the founder is the ceiling and their output can only grow as much as the founder grows. And one important thing here is that a lot of creators, for solving this problem, they hire more people. That is the wrong thing to do because it only puts you down the spiral more. You have to keep the number of people that you have in your team and actually give them the right responsibilities and give them your trust. And even if they fail, good, because they learn where they failed, and you as a better manager can collaborate with them to tell them what good looks like. Again, the beauty of this is that it is no different if those people executing your job are humans or AI agents. So if you haven't seen my video about how to give feedback to your AI agents to get them to do what you want to do, you must watch it, because in the future, a creator business could literally be 1, 2, 3 people and given the output of 50 people with a lot of AI agents. But if you are the bad manager, if you have to double check and triple check every single thing that comes out of your team members or your AI agents, then your business is cooked either way. The job profiles from before could really help you do this, but actually another thing that could help you a lot is to have one-on-ones with your team so that you can actually develop them. In many of the businesses that I was the operator, I used to run weekly or bi-weekly one-on-ones. If this is AI agents, you don't need to do that, but remember, positive feedback is still really important so that your team, your agents, or whoever can know what good looks like, instead of always feeling like they're behind, you're not happy with them, they're not doing enough, etc. And that just leads them to be burnt out, not to be motivated to work with you, and so on and so forth. And if you rather not watch this video and jump into an assessment where it tells you exactly what is your exit score, you can literally go to my newsletter link down below and click on this free tool, the Founder Exit Score, and take the assessment. It literally takes 3 to 4 minutes. It will tell you exactly can your business survive without you or not, and which areas you are lacking. It's free, you just put your name at start. Next one is no numbers, just vibes. Honestly, most creators and business owners watching this video, they are literally in this bucket. I've done audits where I've asked a creator how is their business doing, and they just tell me their gut feeling about it. Maybe their customers are not converting anymore or their revenue is down. No scorecards, no weekly metrics, and no idea what actually their conversion rate is. The best case scenario I've seen is that they know their revenue and maybe they know how much they're paying their team per month. But that is not enough. How do you expect your business to grow or scale when you don't even know what the metrics for growing it are? And here's the problem. You cannot delegate what you don't measure. Without real metrics, you and your gut feeling is the measurement system. I saw this in one of the businesses that I scaled to $1 million per year. We had money coming in, but without having metrics, we didn't know where the money was coming from. And we also didn't know how long people stayed, our churn. We didn't know our LTV. And honestly, we also didn't know where the money was leaking. We had some overview of the software costs and all of that, but we didn't actually know what is our COGS, or costs of goods sold. So to solve this again, I will give you my scorecards. This is for marketing and customer success and business. These are 3 scorecards that you can literally give to your AI or do it yourself, where on a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis, you can look at these numbers to get more clarity about your business and see if your business is growing or shrinking. And if this feels overwhelming, just start with 5 or 6 of them that really make sense to you and are easy for you to calculate. After you have these 5 or 6, you can add more over time. This next one is the worst one, which is why I'm bringing it to you're done. This one is related to your team not shipping without you, but it is actually worse. The thing is, a lot of the decisions that need to be made have to go through you, of course. but also you are routing problems in your team. It means that something goes wrong. Maybe an email comes in, maybe your system goes down, maybe your website doesn't load. You are the first one that is notified for what the hell do we do with this? And then you have to think about the problem, you have to get stressed, and you have to route the problem to who is going to solve it. Now, if your team cannot share without you anyway, this problem only becomes worse. This means your operational overhead and drag is so large that you are literally going at the speed of a snail, while your competitors and other businesses are going at the speed of light. Again, I saw this firsthand working with a filmmaking customer of mine, where we developed a product that perhaps could have been launched 2 or 3 years earlier. Honestly, with that, it got to a place where the product was launched too late and it still made money, but it was a time where the window was already closed. It was no longer 2022 where a lot of people wanted online courses. It was 2025 where honestly no one really wants online courses anymore. And the worst part is, man, this problem hurts. This one is psychological and emotional because you think you're a good manager, you think you're doing everything right, but then you realize you are not leading. You are not the one that is helping your team grow. You are the one that is holding them back. And it's really easy to notice this. Give yourself 1 week. If you have to wake up every day or every other day to a wall of Slack messages or DMs from your team asking what to do, you are the problem, not your team. And while we're here, I have 5 more bonus red flags that I want to quickly share. All right, now on to the bonus stuff. 14 tools doing the same 3 jobs. Honestly, this is just leading to you bleeding a lot of money. You're having software that is all doing the same thing. And especially now with this day and age of AI, honestly, I wouldn't pay for any other software apart from Cloud Code. You see here right now, I'm running more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 agent sessions where each of them are doing something for me. Like, for example, I wanted to record my screen. I'm not going to pay for a recording software. I just built one of myself. I actually got like an open source one, put it on my computer, said, hey, make it work for me. And it just worked. This one is definitely a problem. To solve it, you can actually use a tech stack overview like this one. This is very valuable because it tells you, okay, where is your money going? How much are you paying annually, monthly, etc. And you can audit it. As you can see, some of these stuff we're going to downgrade, some of them we're going to remove, and so on and so forth. The next one is that the founder still lives in DMs. This one is not bad, it's fixable, but it is important that you're not always just expected to reply to a lot of messages to your team and back, because honestly, your highest leverage thing that you can do is to do content or to build your brand or to get partnerships or to hire more people. And honestly, it is not to reply to DMs or inbox or emails. So in this case, what I really recommend is to set up some sort of like a regular meeting with your team for technical and business related stuff, which you could call a team sync, and non-technical meetings like one-on-ones or a retrospect where you can all give each other feedback and make sure you're actually aligned to your core values and the goals that you want to achieve. And along the same lines comes the no weekly team sync. This is actually a bit worse than you think. So I'm going to put it in bleeding money because in my opinion, if you don't have weekly team syncs, you're going to go very, very slow. And therefore, as a result, you're going to be bleeding money. There's going to be like softwares that you don't cancel on time. There's going to be customers that are not going to be happy. And this weekly team sync is supposed to solve it. I usually like Mondays or Fridays, 1 hour where everybody sets the goals for next week, and then we go and execute. Here's again the template of what I've used with a customer before. And also here's our task database where we can track every single goal that the team has. And the beauty of this is that as an operator or as the founder, you can actually see over time how much of that tasks were done in which areas of your business and so on and so forth. I don't want to get too much into the detail of it, but if you're interested, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video about it. Next one, we're going to talk about hiring friends and skipping the roles. This is similar to hiring to patch and not build. It's fixable, but honestly, I'm just going to put it in bleeding money case because if you hire your friends, they're probably good for the start, maybe for when your team is 1 to 3, but it's not good when you're actually scaling past 1 million per year. And that's why it's a bit tough always. You got to hire friends and then fire them after a while. It is something that you could fix, honestly, with a proper job description and proper expectations that, hey, even though we're friends, this is not a family, this is job, whatever. So I do recommend that you don't do this, but I'm going to put in bleeding money. And last but not least, no onboarding doc for new hires. Honestly, I think this is a massive thing. It's not just a technical onboarding. I'm going to put it in you're done because it just shows that you have no idea how to build a business. It just shows that you don't have proper job descriptions. You put the people in your team without onboarding them and hope that they just are able to do it. You know, they're professionals, they're getting a lot of money. But the thing is, man, if you don't onboard them, who is going to onboard them? You're responsible for them, you're paying for them. You might as well onboard them properly and set the expectations of what good looks like. What I've seen in onboarding a lot of the time is something like this, where it's a lot of technical onboarding. It's like, hey, you get your access here. Hey, this is our mission, values. Hey, this is the softwares we use. And that is important. IT onboarding is crucial, but I'm not talking about just an onboarding doc for new hires. I actually think you need more in-depth onboarding. It could be multiple weeks where, especially in the first few weeks, you need to be firm in what good looks like for you, but very supportive so that you can help the person get to where you want it to. In this case, in my opinion, honestly, not having proper onboarding and perhaps spray and praying, hiring the first one or two person that you like, putting in your team and expecting them to get you magical results is exactly why you're going to be losing money, and honestly why you will never probably scale past 1 million per year and beyond. I know that might sound a bit harsh, but it's the reality of the game. The game is harsh, and if you're not playing the business game and you want to be an artist and play a different game, then the business game is not for you, and you might as well be clear about that and perhaps sell a few widgets, caps, clothes, or whatever else on your channel and make money with it. But then don't say you're creating a business on YouTube or social media, because then you're just going to suffer. I've seen this happen in my own relationship with some of the clients I've worked with, and of course, I've seen a lot of creators unfortunately burn out for exactly these reasons, where they think they can do the business, they can hire, but honestly, their skills are just not there. And then they realize they're stuck in all of the operational stuff and not doing what they love, which is why they started the YouTube channel in the first place, right? Anyway, that's the list. There are a lot more red flags that usually pop up in my calls, but I thought these are the main interesting ones that I wanted to show you. If you like, take a screenshot of this or leave a comment about what your red flags are, or if you resonate with any of these. And again, remember that you can, of course, join a newsletter or take the founder exit score. This is a cool one where you can honestly test yourself and see what score you could get. And if you're ready and you need some help doing this, honestly, book a call. We can always chat with each other and see if I can help you unlock operational freedom as well. If not, then let me know what other videos you would like to see. And honestly, that's it. Thank you so much. Peace.